what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2000 Saturn SW1 Postal. Up front is a 1.9 liter inline 4 and down below is a 4-speed automatic transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving this SW1 Postal because, as you could tell, I'm on the wrong side of the car. This was sold in very, very small numbers to rural postal communities. Basically, if they didn't want a Grumman LLV or couldn't afford a Grumman LLV, they could buy one of these. And so the steering wheel was moved to the right-hand side to make it easy to make mail drop-offs. And so we'll get into that a little bit later on. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. But what makes this car so special? What did they have to change in order to make it right-hand drive? Well, a lot and kind of actually a little. First of all, obviously they had to shift the entire dash and use the Japanese domestic market dashboard to make it right-hand drive. New steering column, things like that. But they did other little things, like they used the gear shifter from a Chevy Cavalier because its button is on the front where the regular Saturn's button is on the side towards the driver, which was on the wrong side. They also didn't change the firewall or kick panel at all, so while I'm hitting the gas in this car, my foot's also hitting the wall. It's not an issue in the standard vehicles, but it is here in the right-hand drive Postal. They also didn't touch the grab handle, so now the driver gets a grab handle while the passenger does not. And they didn't change the window switches, so now they're pointed away from me. But let's get back to that 1.9 liter inline 4. Well, it's the same engine that came in all other SW1. Makes about 100 horsepower, maybe, if you're lucky. It's not great. Like I said, paired to it is a 4-speed automatic. This is unchanged between the standard left-hand drive and this right-hand drive. And last but not least, it still retains the front-wheel drive that the normal standard vehicle got. How does it feel to drive a Saturn SW1 Postal? Well, it's kind of weird because I have so much experience driving the left-hand drive version of these vehicles. My whole world has basically been flipped upside down. And to even add to that, most Japanese vehicles have the turn signals on the outside hand, so your right hand. For the Postal, they kept it with the same side, so now I'm turn signaling with my left hand. It's all strange and backwards. The ride quality is terrible, but that's because this particular car is on Hero coilovers. Otherwise, it would get the same suspension as any other SW1. But visibility is good. It's decently buzzy and fun, but this car now in 2024 is more about the wow factor and having a cheap right-hand drive vehicle rather than any particular use. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 4 gauges. Off to the left is my fuel and speedometer, and off to the right is my tachometer and coolant temperature. Still in miles per hour, which is weird seeing from a right-hand drive vehicle. Off to the right, we do have a climate vent and a blocked off plate that would be for fog lights and traction control, but since this was pretty much a base model, it didn't get that. And moving out of the door, we have the latch to get in and out and lock and unlock. Moving into the center, we get this little dead panel. No one knows online what this dead panel would be. My assumption was a clock before they added this radio, but I don't know. Down below, we have 2 climate control vents and the radio. This is a more modern Saturn radio than what you would find in SW2, and I like it. It says Saturn on it, kind of fun. Down below, we have our climate controls. We have our temperature off to the left, fan speed in the center, and where to send it off to the right. 12-volt outlet, cup holder, shifter, window switches, and our mirror controls. Like I said, they did not switch this around for the Postals, so they're kind of backwards now. And a secondary cup holder, so we will do a big friggin' bottle test. And just like the left-hand drive, because they didn't change the center, this passes the big friggin' bottle test. The seats are comfortable. They aren't anything special or crazy for the Postal specifically. However, speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. All right, we're in the back of the SW1 Postal from 2000, and nothing changes back here. This is absolutely untouched. I don't get any specific mail carrier, tables, or crates, or anything like that. Although this was built for postal services, it's not really geared towards postal services, which is kind of strange. But that's what you get. It's a standard SW1 back seat. It is weird to see the steering wheel up there, to look up here and see completely straight in front of me without any obstructions, but that's something I can get over. Let's hop into the back where, shocker, nothing else has changed, but we'll still take a look at the trunk of the SW1 Postal. Right around the back of the Postal SW1, and this is actually what they mean by going postal. Fun fact, so we do have a button on the key fob to pull it up, or to open it, and then you can pull it up the rest of the way. And as I mentioned, nothing changes between the left-hand drive and right-hand drive when it comes to the trunk space. Still tons of trunk space, a big, big plus of the Wagon. You get this nice net, and you can put the second row down for even more storage. So if you're looking for storage in your Saturn product, this is a great option. If you're looking for storage in a cool right-hand drive product, this is also your solution. So very cool. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and I like the look of this. So it's a little bit updated from the other ones that I've driven, or the other one really, and I like it. I think it looks simple, I think it looks clean, and it's just downright fun. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving this SW1 Postal? Well, it's been a very special experience, as one might think. It was fun to take a vehicle that I have so much experience with and sort of flip it on its head and get a new experience out of a dated chassis. I also like that this was kind of a fix to a problem. Now, apparently the owner was able to find production numbers for the 1999, which was around 400 units. So I would imagine it was the same, if not less, for the year 2000. So this is a pretty rare car. And it's an American car. You don't have to import it. These were originally sold here for the American market. You don't have to convert the miles per hour. It's already in miles per hour. It's not in kilometers. But you get the really special experience of driving on the right-hand side. If you are a car enthusiast, I highly recommend either renting or just finding a way to drive a right-hand drive vehicle, because it really offers a genuinely new experience, and sometimes it's hard to find that in the automotive world. Well, you can find these for not that expensive. I almost bought one for about $1,500 a few years ago. They're out there and available. But a lot of these were ran pretty hard. This one, being a 150,000 mile example, actually puts it on the cleaner side, because this exact car was never actually put into mail service. This was actually sold privately, and it might have been used for some very small community service or something like that, but it never got the harsh miles that a lot of them get. So when you do search for a Postal SW1, you're probably gonna see them with 200 to 300,000 miles. They're probably gonna be ratted out because they had to drive them through all the winters, things like that. So here is a very clean SW1 Postal that I was so excited to share with you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to James for letting me take out his Postal for the review today. He is absolutely wonderful. James is a longtime friend. I have now reviewed his vehicles in 3 different states across the country, and maybe next time we can make it a 4th. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.